Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale
uses neologisms to transport the reader to the fictional society of Gilead. A neologism is a new word or a new meaning for an existing word. Throughout the book, multiple neologisms are used to give meaning to things that are not present in today's society. The use of neologisms throughout the book forces the reader to create connections. By giving the reader new words to grasp onto, they begin to better understand the fictional characters as well as setting. Atwood's use of names and neologisms for generalized terms, as well as objects in Gilead, assists the reader in visualizing the fictional world. As well, they force the reader to make connections between current day and the book. Names such as Offred and Offglen, who are handmaids, named after their commanders, give the reader a greater understanding of Gilead, as it shows that women had very low social status as well as being seen as property, making them unable to have their own identity. Offglen is replaced near the end of the book, and we find out that she has committed suicide in order to avoid the secret police known as the Eye. This shows the reader that women are merely property and can be replaced whenever needed. This emphasizes that women's individual names in Gilead don't matter, as they can easily be moved from one handmaid to another, and the name follows the name of the commander. Women in Gilead are seen as property to their male owners and are unable to have their own opinions, as they are to do as told and nothing else. Offred says that she must act as if she is made and not as if she was born. Women in Gilead are treated very poorly, as they are unable to have their own names and speak what they wish, which shows the inequality throughout the book. Atwood's use of neologisms to create positions for people that we do not have in today's society. Terms such as econowives, Marthas, handmaids, aunts, and unwomen are all neologisms for different groups of people. In Gilead, all of these positions are those of women to serve men, as men had all the power in Gilead and women were only property. This shows that even the powerful women are below even the weakest men in Gilead. The use of color coding the different groups of women helps further explain the neologisms and emphasizes that within these groups, the women are to be all alike. Additionally, other words used throughout The Handmaid's Tale to generalize groups of people are commanders, angels, gender traders, and unbabies. Another great use of neologisms throughout Atwood's book is objects that are not used in today's society. For example, Atwood uses words such as number. Personal freedoms were limited by your assigned class. When Gilead was formed, all women's bank accounts were frozen, taken away, and the women's freedom. Identipass. The use of an identipass shows how strict Gilead is, as well as demonstrating the importance of the class system, because the identipass shows what the person is and where they can go. And birthmobile. Men travel separately due to them being of higher class. This gives the reader a better understanding of Gilead, as today women and men travel together and each can drive because we have equality present, although in Gilead there is no equality, as men are viewed as superior to women. Throughout The Handmaid's Tale, Atwood uses neologisms to give the reader a greater understanding of Gilead, because these words help the reader to better understand the plot, setting, and characters. The neologisms help understand the oppression of women and their loss of individual characteristics. Neologisms are also used to aid the reader in understanding the rankings of the men, and that they are higher ranking than the women, and that a class system exists. Atwood's use of neologisms also assists the reader to make connections to objects in Gilead that don't exist in our society. The overall use of neologisms assists the reader in visualizing the fictional society of Gilead, which helps them better understand the story of Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale.